Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. So we've unboxed the Gousto box number 2. We are going with this recipe for the first go. So the ratatouille, so that's all the ingredients that you need for that. If you want to screenshot that and take a snippet. And then that's the dish we should end up with later. Let's see if that actually happens. So we're going to go for instructions. Before you begin, this recipe takes around 5 minutes to prepare. Get your casserole dish, which we have in ingredients ready, which are already over there. Wash your fruit and veg. Make sure your dish is oven proof or safe to use on the hob. We're doing hob, we're not doing oven. Too much fuel to heat up an oven, we're doing hob. Stocking large waste-based pan, blah, 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 blah. Right, started. Boil a kettle. Heat a large, wide-based, hob-safe, oven-proof casserole dish with a matching lid and drizzle olive oil over a high heat. Right then. So we need some olive oil. That's veg oil. I have got olive oil. Be right back. Olive oil over a high heat. Right, so I'm going to whack this on full. With a matching lid. Whack that on full. Right, eat large waste, blah, blah, blah. Trim the green stalk off the aubergines and discard, then chop into bite-sized pieces. Right, oh, I need a chopping board. I ain't got prepared, am I, ready for today? I know blues for fish in certain circumstances, but we're at home now, we don't have to stick to the codes. Right, let me just put that in there. Just chuck everything in there. Right, bite-sized pieces. So, I could do with a bigger bloody knife actually. Right, hang on. Again. Again. Right, here we go. So how is everyone's day today? It's my day off. I've now changed it from a Monday to a Tuesday. So we'll now do cooking on Tuesdays. Gousto box is still going to arrive on a Monday. I haven't changed that as yet. Obviously I will have to, because otherwise it's going to be sat outside in the heat that we're supposed to be having for a while. Right, that sounds really loud. Let me just take it off a bit. So, bite-sized pieces. Well, we have peel and chop a red onion into wedges and then just stick them all into the dish. Right, I'm just going to take that off the heat for a minute, it's getting too hot. So, red onions into bite-sized pieces. I haven't left myself enough room here. Onion into wedges it said, didn't it? Yeah. So, just right in there. I can't see my phone, I can't see if any of you guys are here or not. I've had an okay day today, been to the doctors. They actually managed to draw my blood for the first time. Well, not the first time, it took them 3 times. But it did mean I didn't have to come back for another appointment, which was a first. Tell I'm not a chef. These cook these bloody things in no minutes, don't they? I tell you what, you know what I always impress, and I try and watch, and there's no way I can ever do it, is when they do the chop, 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 like of a cucumber or something, and it just goes. No way ever in a million years will I ever do that. Right, chop this into wedges. So, and then we're going to stick that in the pan. I haven't read ahead, which I probably should have done, because I bet there's something I've not prepared. There always is. You know me. Last minute Larry. I should have been called Larry, not Debby. Right. Oh, that smells lovely actually already. Right, let's put that back on the heat. High heat it said, and then onions and aubergines. Or as I said, oops, see, some of you girls in America I think call it eggplant and purple onion. We call it red onion. So let me just poke that through. The oven is clean. Right, let's just give that a bit of a stir while I read the next one. We have chop the flat white mushrooms into bite-sized chunks and then add them and the butternut squash in with salt and pepper. Right, so while that's cooking, that's dried up actually, let's put some more oil in. Can't have dry food. I might have gone vegan, but it doesn't mean I want tasteless dry food. So, get that juiced up. And we shall put salt on the grill. Tapped by some pepper. Right, let that get cooking. While we chop up these gorgeous looking mushrooms, flat mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I would eat mushrooms in everything. I would. Right, that all goes into the compost. Everything's recyclable. That's the other thing I love about Gousto. Everything's recyclable as well. So even the ice blocks that they... Oh, don't waste that. I don't like wasting all the skin either. I'm not going to waste that. It's not got any soil on it. And actually soil's where you get your vitamin D from, so don't waste... If people peel all this, I'll peel a bit off. People peel their mushrooms. It's all the vitamin D3 is. It's all the goodness. All the goodness. Right then. Get the soil off. That'll do. That'll do. And those of you who wash your veg, you're actually washing all the goodness off of it half the time. Yesterday I went to a guy's house and he had a blackberry bush in the back garden. And we just went out together. I goes to him, come on, you I said, people don't get this these days. Blackberries are well expensive in the supermarket. They're about £3 for a little tiny punnet. I said, come on, we're going out picking. I took him outside and we picked a load of blackberries. So I made him have him on his breakfast. Not made him, that sounds awful actually. It sounds like I forced him to have them. No, I encouraged him to have them on his breakfast. So he had them on his cornflakes, a load of blackberries, freshly picked from his own bush. So, you know, no dogs have peed up it. A few birds might have pooped on it or whatever, but really? Is that the worst thing that's going to happen in this world when we've had coronavirus and everything else? Worried about a dog peeing on your blackberries? I think that's the least of our worries these days, isn't it? We all used to go out as kids and take a little basket and go blackberry picking. Did we ever worry about washing them? No. We went back with purple faces and went, there wasn't any, Grandma. The bushes were empty. And she's like, well, why have you got a purple face then? Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that one. And then my granddad George up in Newcastle, he used to have a massive garden growing all his own veg. Fed his own family. My dad's got a massive garden now, he's growing his veg. And it's something that I want, my garden's not very big, but I want to have at some point some kind of pots and whatnot to grow some stuff in as well. Even if it's just, not a lot of carrots, I'm not a big carrot fan, but I would like leeks and beetroots and Oh, that smells lovely. Right then, do I chuck these in now? Flat mushrooms in bite-sized chunks, chopped mushrooms and butternut squash cubes, salt and pepper, and cook for 2 minutes till slightly brown. Right. I'm going to have to add more oil, I think, as well. That's got to dry it. I'm not having dry food. Let's chuck some more oil in. Who measures things anyway? Who measures things anyway? By the way, this is a 4-portion person meal, so if you're looking at it and going, oh my god, that's a lot of food, yes it is, but what I do is I usually save one for tomorrow and then portion up, put one in the freezer. So one for now, one for tomorrow, one. So it's a 4-person meal. Because I'm a fat git, I don't eat small meals, I like a big fat portion. So a 4-person portion, pizza piper, pizza pecker, pickle pepper, usually does me 3. So we'll put these in there now. Again, all the packaging goes for recycling, so that'll go in there, look. Why have I got an aubergine there? Did I only chop one aubergine? Why have I got an aubergine there? Did I only chop? Oh crap. I thought I chopped 2, could have sworn I chopped 2. And if I've got one less now for my recipe tomorrow, because I've now just gone ahead and chopped this, I'll be gutted, because then I've got to go and buy one. And it's not cooked as long as the rest of it has it? Do you know what? I'm not going to cook that. I'm going to bag that. 1 minute. Let me get a bag. I'm not chucking that in. That can go. It's not going to cook the same length of time, is it? It's not going to be right. Right, that can go in the fridge. Put that back on so it steams a bit. Read the next instructions. Till slightly brown. Then add 500 ml of boiled water with vegetable stock. Right. 500 ml is a pint. So 2 of them with some vegetable stock. That fell out and covered it in on here, didn't it? So that can go away. Don't need that. I think I've got too many vegetables. I've got basil, vegetable stocks, tomato pastes, balsamic vinegar. Right, let me just put that. So let's chuck one of these in. I'm going to need 3 of these. These are $2.50 each. Where's some vegetable stock? So this is plant-based, by the way. This is a non-meaty ratatouille, by the way. Vegetable stocks. The big ones. Vegetable stock. Composting. Now, is it 2 or 4? That's the thing, isn't it? Definitely 3. do lots of that, so chuck that in. Right, how many vegetable stocks? And the vegetable stock mix, tomato pasta paste, balsamic vinegar, oh, and some sugar, and then the 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. One more. I thought it was 750. It's not. It's a litre. So one more. So we need 2 more of these. There's the long ones. There they are. In. That's the last one of that. Drink. Got to stay hydrated in this weather. It's one thing that I when I went to the doctors this morning for my blood test, I tried to drink today. Right then, so what did we say? Where are we from? I don't know who's watching, I don't know who's talking to me or whatever. Water, vegetable stock mix, tomato paste, balsamic vinegar. Tomato paste and balsamic vinegar. So there's my balsamic vinegars. And 16, no, it's the 2 big ones, 2 big tomato pastes. Bowl for recycling. Has anyone else also got a bit of a thing, you know, when people open tubes of creams and medications and somebody squeezes it right in the middle, and it's a metal tube, so that when you go back and try and squeeze it down, it bursts and all the cream comes out in the middle. There's any other carers on this page right now? One of my bugbears, so if you work on my rounds, do not do it. Right, balsamic vinegar. Makes it sound quite sour. Oh no, because the aubergine can be quite bitter. So actually the balsamic vinegar will take that, that'll be nice. Right, okay, so balsamic vinegar, dried oregano, dried basil and chopped tomatoes. So, be so much food. It is going to be so much food. I think this might actually be a 4-person portion, actually. Stephen, if you're watching, this is how big the portions are, me look. They're quite big. Big portions. You know, I'm on the Gousto community page as well, and people will comment and say, oh, they're not very big portions, I need to add more. And I know when I first joined Gousto about 3 or 4 years ago, me and my friend Emily, we were killing ourselves laughing because we looked at the small portions of rice that came with the food. So this tiny amount of rice, hang on, let me get the air out of it, this tiny amount of rice, and we were like, what the hell, you know? And as it is, you don't need much more. You actually really don't need much more. Once you've actually done all the food, I think I've said actually about 4 times actually. Right, there's the next meat. There, go over there. I've got dried basil. Where's the other saffron gone? That was on there. Oh, it's there. Dried basil. Right, hang on, let me concentrate. Can I do one thing at a time, people? Dried basil and dried oregano. Right, so dried basil. dried basil. Where's my dried oregano? That's not dried oregano, is it? That's curry paste, it's not that. 1 minute. Again. Dried oregano, one. Where's my bag? I did only put one in, the other two are in the fridge. It's going to take a bit longer to cook because that's not fried. That's going to not be as nice. But it's not going to be the full dish if I don't put that in. You have to ad hoc sometimes, don't you? Right, what am I looking for? We've had basil, oregano I'm looking for, dried oregano. How cute is that little thing? Dried oregano. Cute. Chuck that in. Being a bit of a hoarder that I am, those pots look really cute and I want to keep them, but I just know they are not going to be good for anything. I will not be keeping them, which my father would be very pleased about. He hates me being a hoarder. Comes in my house like, what have you got now? Can't help it. Can't help it. Right, dried oregano. Here we go. Here's the other one. Making the full 4-person size portion. And then that lot needs to go back in. I don't know what we've got on the other recipes, I can't remember, but the stuff looks good. Bit of garlic, bit of mixture, bit of soy sauce. Looking forward to this week's recipes actually. Right, so that will go back in there. Vegetable stocks and all that can go back in there. Right, long grain rice. Right, saffron we want, that we don't. Right, 1 minute. So if I haven't bored you already, we are making plant-based ratatouille with saffron rice. So that is the recipe, not the recipe, ingredients list. So if you'd like to make this, once I've made it and you can see what it looks like, it should look like this. Not guaranteeing that. And then let me just try and get this all on one screen so you can screenshot it if you wish to recreate this dish, or I can send it to you once I've done anyway. Right, once plant-based ratatouille, cook for 10 minutes, reboil a kettle and add the long grain rice to a dish with the saffron with a pinch of salt. Right, so let's do the rice. Right, so how much water did it say? Basically just 250 mils a cup. 600, so basically I need 3. Boil water with the saffron, making sure the rice is submerged. Cover very tightly with tin foil. Put the dish in the oven for 30 minutes. What do in the oven? Put it on hot. 1, 2. Right, saffron. seen how tiny saffron is? All these tiny, and there's some left still in the packet. It is tiny. There's about 6 tiny threads of each. Right, one more kettle. And then we'll just put it on the back boil on low. In it unproof. Add white long grain rice. Hang on, I think this might be turning down now. No. There's a lot of juice in there. Is ratatouille juicy? I think it's like more like a gravy, isn't it? If I remember when I've had it before. Long grain rice to this with the saffron. The saffron has turned it, I don't know if you can see that, I don't want to tip it up too much, a bit yellowy. So long grain rice we need, long grain rice times 2, cook it all, and then I can freeze. Well, like I say, I'll have one for tomorrow and freeze one. And I've ordered some extra Tupperwares to do all of these in so that I can actually stack them in the freezer. Because I usually save like butter pots or ice cream pots and stuff like that to reuse for stuff like this. But what I ordered, and I really like them actually, let me just grab them and I'll show you. I ordered these, you know, because they're flat. So once they've got food in them, they're flat, then they'll stack better in the freezer rather than a butter dish or an ice cream pot or whatever, which is what I normally use. Right, let's just put that rice on low. Put it in the flaming oven. Bog off. Right, stir that and just get the saffron all mixed in, so that's going to make the rice nice and yellow. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then when the ratatouille has been cooking for 10 minutes, reboil the kettle, add the long grain rice to a proof dish. Pinch of salt. We didn't put any salt in there, did we? I'm not usually one for using salt either, so but because I don't use salt in anything, I end up being quite deficient, so I do have to add salt to stuff. Salt, cover time, oh that's if you put it in the oven. Use this time to clear up, set the table, have a cup of tea. Right. To serve, remove the plant-based ratatouille from the oven, taste of seasoning. Add more salt and pepper if required. Right, so that is turning down to simmer. Let's just tilt the lid. Rice is simmering, that's simmering. Add it to the centre of the table. Tear the basil leaves all over the top and then serve with the saffron rice. So we are done. So it's tear these up ready. Oh no, we'll tear one. We're only going to serve one serving, aren't we? We'll tear one. So what's nice is all this rubbish is all recyclable. So let's just turn that over. And like I say, the box it comes in is recyclable. The frozen, oh, where are the stalks? No thank you. Put them in the recycle bin. The box it comes, oh that smells lovely. Oh gosh. Right then, so while that's a cooking, I don't think you really want to watch me for 10 minutes while that's cooking. So I'm going to turn it off, and then what I will do is I'll come back on again on a live to serve up and see what it looks like. It's not actually that far done, it's just the rice that's going to take the 10 minutes. But it's looking actually pretty damn good. I'm going to pick you up. So it's not got the basil on it. The basil's for decoration. Alright, so we're going to just have a quick peek in the bowl. Look at that, simmering away, yummy yummy. And then the saffron rice over there cooking as well. So right then, we'll give that a good 5-10 minutes. I'm going to go and just have a drink and see what's on the box, and I'll be back with you in a bit. See you in a moment.